This is Miriam Cotelis, and in this video, I am sharing my art making process for one of my paintings. My inspiration for this painting came from a hike at Wakefield Forest in Springfield, Virginia. And inspiration can really come from many different places. It can come from other artists, it can come from a special place, it can come from memories, or it can come from a need to express a set of ideas or a set of feelings. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please stick around at the end of the video to hear some reflections. I went on a nature walk. I took my phone with me so I could take pictures. I focused in on the things that interested me. If you get real close to things, you can start seeing the shapes and the lines. I was fascinated with some of these lines. Look at this one. How fascinating. Some colors just pop out. Sometimes you run across a butterfly or a bee. I didn't dare touch this one. Look at how many different shades of brown are in this picture. And how many different shades of green. I took all my pictures home and started sketching like crazy. It was like an itch I had to scratch. Inspiration feels like that in my body. It's like something that just needs to be expressed. And that's exactly what I did. I then bought some expensive watercolor paper and drew my sketches with pencil, and then went over them with different types of markers. It felt wonderful facing that challenge of trying to interpret each photo in a very simple drawing. As an artist, you make decisions about what to interpret and what to leave alone, how simple or how complicated you want the image to be. In the past, I would have become increasingly frustrated, especially if my image did not match the photo exactly. But I've become much more forgiving with myself, and I realized, you know what? As long as I can interpret the picture in my special style, that's all that matters. Allowing myself to not be perfect allowed me to be a lot more creative, because now it was no longer about making it absolutely perfect. It was about interpreting, making decisions, and having fun. But it still wasn't that easy. Making decisions is tough. Every single thing had to be decided on, and that was the tough part. During this whole time, there's a lot of thinking going on. There's guessing, deciding, struggling, wondering, questioning. All of that is the process of art making. Which is why it's so funny when people minimize the art and just call it cute or just for some or just fun, because there's so much high-level thinking going on in the art making process. In just this painting alone, you could look at contrast and how contrast is highlighted in the painting, but also in life, and how sometimes we put things that are incredibly dark next to something that's light, and they both stand out much more, and opposites attract. And there are all these ideas that are embedded in the very action of making art. Or even take the media of watercolor, and how in using watercolor we are able to then understand the definition of nuance. There's not just one shade of any color. There are ever-growing number of shades depending on the dilution level of that color. It took me several hours to work on this painting, and when I was done at 3 a.m, I finally felt at peace. I was able to pull out from me these ideas that have been itching this whole time since my walk. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that video. I wanted to share a couple of reflections before we end today. I wanted to first say that I feel it's really sad when I hear either students or other grown-ups talk about art only in terms of how much they're worth monetarily. Um, there is so much more to creativity and art, and we miss its rich lessons when we speak of it only in those terms. First, I want to clarify we are all artists. Whether you are practicing artist or not, we are all artists. When I say creativity and art, I'm not only talking about painting and photography and watercolors. I'm talking about the thing that one does in life to feel joy. One's art is not necessarily just having to do with a paintbrush or a pencil and a pen. Um, so for example, it might not be painting, but it might be being a teacher, it might be being a doctor. Making art is a practice in the making of joy. And so your art might be your job, your art might be within your relationships with others. Whatever your art may be, making art is actually a practice at making joy. And then once you do that, you're able to apply it to other parts of your life, because you're able to then know how it feels within your body, know that calmness that comes over you, and you want more of it. You want that that pure sense of giving of yourself fully to an endeavor. And you want to feel that sense of giving in every part of your life. I really hope that this video has inspired you to practice making joy through art, but to also see how the more that you do that, the more that it allows you to identify how wonderful it makes you feel. So there you go. Go get inspired. And I hope you share your work with me. Don't forget to subscribe to this video and to like this video. And also you can share this video. Thank you guys.